is brought to you by Omega Live TV. Gold Diggers is a show that brings to light people doing amazing things within their communities, societies, and various professions. Today in the studio we have an interesting man, but before I introduce him, I would like to mention my sponsors, as I do, who are Nweki, As Am I Beauty. I pronounced it wrong last week, so it's As Am I Beauty Makeup Artistry. And Bell Chic Fashions, I'm wearing one of her pieces today. Also, we have a new sponsor who is Bless Nab Events, and these are our sponsors for the rest of the shows for this season. So as I was saying, we have a lovely man in the studio. He's so inspiring, so motivational. The first day I met him, I knew that there was something different about him. Just to recap on last week, we had Iona Kira, who is a Romanian plus-size social media influencer who was on our show, and she was just amazing. She told us her story about how she is taking the online platform by storm, and she left her 9 to 5 to become a full-time social media influencer. So as I said, we have an interesting man in the studio. His name is Eric Francis Manu. He's a serial entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, a father, a husband, and he's doing extremely well. Hello, Eric, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So, Eric, tell us a bit more about your company. What do you do? Let people know.
Hi, everyone. As Eva said, my name is Eric Francis, and I run a concierge company. So the concierge is, people kind of ask me, what is concierge? Definitely is those that work on hotels, booking rooms, but that's different. Concierge is a business that look after wealthy people. We call them high net worth individuals or ultra high worth individuals that don't have the time to manage their itineraries or manage their diaries or manage their lifestyle. So my company, we look after their lifestyle, i.e. Private jet charter. They want to go on holidays, we help them arrange this. They want to have a nice restaurant, we manage to find the best restaurant in town. If they're looking to go away, we help them with various means. So that's what we do. We are more luxury concierge for wealthy people. Okay. So how did you get into the concierge business? That's a good question. I worked before as an investment banker for over 8-9 years, and during this time I developed a network of wealthy individuals who like buying investment products, i.e. someone comes to me and says, I want to buy equity or I want to invest in something. So we look after them.
Okay.
That's my background. And then as I developed a network, able to have these individuals that I felt that they need something different. Not only buying investment products, but they want their lifestyle to be changed. So I had to use my expertise to bring them, so I can offer you something different that you want.
Okay, so you haven't always been in the banking and business and banking space. You were also into fashion at one point. So how did you get into fashion?
Before I worked for Burberry, I've always been lucky person to work for huge companies. I worked for Burberry before, not on the fashion side, but on the back office doing accounting for them.
Okay.
And I developed the sense of the joy in fashion, and I love fashion. So I thought to myself that, do you know what? Whatever these guys are doing, I can do the same thing. Burberry is Burberry. You can't compete with them. So I able to have my own label with my own name, doing men's design. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Okay.
But it's a lesson I learned.
Yes.
And I love that I was able to do something that I have my name on it. I have my own suit, my own jacket, waistcoat, everything. I had the socks made for my brand. I had it for 2 years. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I was privileged able to do fashion business on that scope.
Okay, so would you ever go back into fashion again? Being the entrepreneur that you are?
I'm always looking for opportunities, and that's me. I never shy away of taking risk. So if opportunity comes in,
Mm-hmm.
I will not say that I want to go to fashion, but to invest into fashion.
Invest, yeah.
So something that I'm looking to do within the Chinese community. So if I see someone doing great stuff, I can see the collection, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I say, okay, I can sponsor you, I can invest in your company, I have a shares in your company. But if I have my own label, I think I'm down that side.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get into working with the Chinese community? Like, was it from HSB, banking industry? I mean, when did you realize that, okay, this is the community I want to work in, or, you know?
I think for me it was, I tell you what, I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
And I wake in the morning, I prayed and asked God for direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's my lifestyle, always been
Yes.
that. So when I was in banking, as I said, I was developed network of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked for private company, I worked for institutional banks, I worked for retail banks.
Okay.
And having worked with private banks, you work with individuals that are wealthy people investing into any products.
Yes.
So I didn't say that I took my client's contact and I left. I wouldn't say that on live TV, unfortunately. But there is always a way around to take information, not the all information, but ask them that, listen, I'm leaving this company to do my own business.
Yes.
Something that you'll be interested in. And because of my conflict of interest, I'm not doing banking, I'm doing concierge, so different. So that means I haven't put it this way, I've not done anything wrong of taking my client details and run away. No, run away, but do the right way.
I get you.
Yes.
So how has your fashion background impacted on your profile as a corporate professional? Like, you have style, you clearly have style. That's one thing I noticed when I first met you, that you know how to put things together, you know, in a very classical way.
Thank you.
So how has that impacted your brand, brokerage?
I think image is very important. That is my lifestyle. Since I've been more like, actually I'll put it this way, since I've become an adult, fashion become more a lifestyle. And image is very important to me. So able to have my own brand and know how to dress, I know how to put things together. People see you, they want to buy you. So for me, that's the most crucial aspect of life. They want to buy you as the person, not your products. Because if people want to buy products, there's many products. There are many brands. They want to buy you, the person. They see you that, oh wow, I love this guy, I love this lady. The way he looks, the way he speaks, the way that's what I do. So that's what people look at. For me, that's been my brand, is just the way I dress. This is me. This is my image.
Yes.
So buy my image and my products.
Okay.
That's why I combine them together. It's like buy me, who I am, not what I have. Because what I have is just nothing.
Okay. So what problems have you faced as an African, a Ghanaian man, working in the Chinese market? Like, what have been the negatives?
There's always been negative. Everything I do in life. It's not easy, honestly. I tell you, it's not easy. Chinese market is a tough market, and for me to go to that market, you have to have a guts, patience, and also understand their culture. Chinese, they're more like Africans. We Africans, we have similarity culture, and that's something that always inspired me. And the challenges that face as a black person or Ghanaian within the Chinese market is not been easier. I will say for now I'm more confident. But when I started, it was difficult because there was like with this guy, the only black person doing this business within such a big, large market, and I had so many names calling in with this guy, and he just fake, and you have this thing. It's just normal. But once they start trusting you, and they're able to know that actually he's not fake, he's real, he's got things that we want, he's one of us. And as soon as they say he's one of us, they embrace you. Wow. That's what I believe that. And for me, it has been a privilege to work with these people. I remember when I was a child, my mom said to me that when she said that we African, we respect our elders.
Yes.
That's who we are. And same as Chinese. Once Chinese elder endorsed you, say this guy is a real guy, the whole world, all of them will follow you. So I was privileged enough to be endorsed by the High Commissioner, Le Jamais, and also my own a guy, Mr. Jin Shu, one of the High Commissioner deputy, that he officially endorsed me in front of about 200 people.
Wow. That
this guy, somehow I'll use everything in my lifestyle. And since then, it's just like, wow. And Chinese, they come in numbers.
Yes, they do. Multitudes.
Yes. So when one says, I trust this guy, all of them will trust you.
Okay.
If once I don't trust him, forget it. You are nothing. So for me, it has not been easy. But I would say for the last 4 years has been step of going forward, moving forward. And for me, every minute is a privilege for me to work in the market. There is challenges everywhere, every market, every sector. Chinese, there's a lot of challenges. The way they speak, the culture differences, so many things, financial side, but for me, able to understand the culture and also embrace it has this me. Someone used the word, you are more Chinese. That was last week. And she's Chinese. And
wow.
She's more Chinese. For me, I thought it's a privilege to be called more Chinese. And even someone said to me that I speak like Chinese because I have to break some of my language. And because I work with them.
Yeah, you've got the accent.
Yes, so. Every minute of my lifestyle is Chinese. So for me, it's an honor. It's not me. I wouldn't say this for sake of saying, okay, let's say he's boasting, but it's honor for me. It's not easy. Especially in black, it's not easy. It's tough market.
Yes.
But to break it and able to do well within the community, that means something is right. And I don't take it for granted.
Wow, amazing. If you've just joined us, we're here with serial entrepreneur Eric Francis Manu. He works in the Chinese market. As a Ghanaian in the Chinese market is very challenging. Please share this with people that want to be inspired. It's Monday. It's just amazing to listen to his story just to inspire you for the rest of the week. If you have goals you want to achieve, or there's something that you want to do and you haven't started, listening to Eric is definitely going to inspire you. We're live also on YouTube, so please subscribe to our channel, which is Omega Live TV, and we're here on Facebook, so like and share with everybody, please. This is Gold Diggers. I'm your host, Miss Newlove. So Eric, tell me more about EMB Brokerage, and it's an umbrella company. So what are the companies that you have underneath EM?
So EM is my initial, which is Eric Manu, but not with the Francis, which is my middle name. So it's a group of companies that I formed 5 years ago, and that involve, I've got travel departments. Yes.
Wow, just 5 years?
Yes. I've got travel departments, so I've got travel company, travel side that do all the travel, hotels, booking, private jets, all this holiday we can think of. I have the event department, the event company, which we do weddings, we do anniversaries, we do any bespoke celebration. We do hen nights, we do stag nights, we do our own events, which we do monthly basis. We've got one coming up. We're expecting I think 2,000 people to attend.
Wow.
This is the biggest in London for Chinese. So this is exclusive. It's not. I will tell people. Don't forget to invite me. You're in VIP. Trust me. This is the biggest event that's going to happen in London with one of the well-known performers that's going to attend. This is only going to be just mind-blowing. So we do this. We have event company. We have the education. Education is more like the Chinese. They come to UK, they're looking for private schools. So what I've done is over the past 4 or 5 years, I developed a network with a lot of private schools in London and UK. So like Horsham, you've got some of the schools in Kent, the top schools, you've got Christ Hospital, you've got St. Paul's Boys and Paul's Girls, you've got 18 Manor, you've got 18 Square, you've got all these. So able to have developed this contact with headmasters, admission teams. So when time comes to me, that I'm looking for the best schools for my child, we're able to help them.
Oh, wow.
So we have this as a department that work on that, my company. And then we have the concierge, which is the key part of this business. And this involves buying luxury good, luxury like handbags. So if there's something coming like Christian Dior, my business, they're my clients, they'll say to me, we've got new products. Please have a look and send it to clients, like watches, handbags, all the stuff. We've got Hermes. Last week we received the most exclusive Hermes bag, came up £500,000.
Wow.
We sent it to Chinese guy, straight, it was gone. This is just something that is mind-blowing. We received some watches, that exclusive watches from top names in the world. This is something that people loved. This is bespoke, unique, and they want to have that. So we're able to source it for them. We do last-minute booking. Someone say, I want to go for dining. I want to go out for a club. Can you get me the VIP area? The VIP a place that nobody goes there. So we're able to find them. Also, my company, we've able to have about 20 member clubs that we are member. So we've got Hartford Street, you've got Annabelle's, you've got all these names, Home House, and we're a member of them. So able to take clients there for like afternoon tea and so on. So I have this network that are able to bring the companies. Then we have the real estates, which we also do not as agent, but we do buy properties for clients, which is more than £5 million, 5 million to 10 million properties, up to 100 million. Amazing. So these are companies that are part of my company that is structured. So we call it EM Brokerage Group. This is what I manage.
Okay, so you have offices in?
I have office in Mayfair, our head office, and also we have one in Shanghai, which I'm going to China in a few weeks' time.
So how often do you travel to China?
Not often, because the team there, I trust them. So able to know that they're able to do the work when I ask them. So I don't have to be there. Like again, my UK office, I don't go there. I know my team that able to do a good job. So I do trust my team.
Okay, so you're from Ghana?
Yes.
Like myself. So do you have any projects going on in Ghana, or do you plan to? I mean, how connected are you to your culture? Because we're sitting here talking about the Chinese community, but are you, do you love home,
I tell you what, I love home. I might be going to Ghana, maybe, it's not confirmed yet, but I will see in the next few weeks. I did this event project when I did my fashion label. I did in Ghana, and it didn't go well. And I would not say bad experience. That means that I shouldn't go there again. However, I'm launching a new business in Ghana. This is a business I'm going to. I said it many times. It's called etiquette. So etiquette is something I'm launching first in Ghana.
That sounds interesting. So
this is going to be my baby.
Wow.
Able to teach people about manners, because we are in an age that there's no manners. Social media, people say things they shouldn't say. On a train, people fighting on seats, and I don't feel like there's no sense of joy. Everyone is just so angry about something. So this program is to take it to Ghana for the first time, and then launch this in my hometown in Ghana. So this is a program for Ghanaian community. This is who we are.
I think it's needed in Ghana.
Very, yes.
It's very needed in Ghana. So you've won a lot of awards.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yes, many of them. Yeah.
Yes. So I want you to talk about those awards that you've won. Step by step. Take your time.
I've won some when I was in finance. But the most recent one is called Big Ben, which is the global award for Chinese people, which I'm not Chinese.
But you won an award.
And yes. So this award, this Big Ben award, is a state-owned company, state-owned enterprise, i.e. Chinese states who sponsor this event. This is recognized globally. And it's given to those that are doing business within Chinese community. And over the past 10 years, there's not been a black person win this award. And this is their 10th anniversary. That was last month at House of Parliament. And I was the first ever black person to win this award.
Wow.
Able to give a speech, House of Lords. For me, I don't take it for granted.
Yes.
So it's an award that I never expect to come. And I found one of my friends called Amazon, a good friend of mine. She recommended me. She nominated me,
Okay.
and then I won it. I won. And the award is my category is Commonwealth Personality of the Year.
Oh.
So it's global. So Commonwealth is like all the Commonwealth countries in the world,
Okay.
and I'm the global ambassador to win this award, and all the black person ever win this award. So I have been privileged with the Chinese market able to win an award that's supposed to be good for Chinese, but coming to black person, also Ghanaian, which is good. So it has been coming 10 years anniversary for the award, and to receive it for me is an honor, and I cherish it every day. And I've got it at home. It's just beautiful. My wife loved it. My kid just.
Yeah, so what about the previous awards that you won when you were working in?
The previous awards were like employee of the year, employee of the month, making more money for the client. I don't get anything, just bonus. That was fun, and but I think the most one that I was over the years is that this award I had last month.
That you won. That's your most prized.
That's most for me the most recognized award globally, and since then I have a lot of interview with Chinese TV. On global TV, so and also able to speak House of Lord in front of 200 people.
Yeah.
And for me, that's I cherish it,
Yeah.
and I don't take it for granted. So this over the years, this is one of the award that actually the only award that I just admire it so much, more than Oscars. Trust me.
I'm sure you'll win at Oscars one day. You might become an actor.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Black Chang Li.
Oh yes.
Black Jackie Chan. Sorry, that's my bad. Not Chang Li. So, how many languages do you speak? Because obviously you work in the Chinese market, so you must be able to speak what languages?
Well, I'm learning Mandarin. It's not easy. It's the most difficult language in the world. I tried Cantonese before, but I stopped because my business is more Chinese, which is Mandarin is the main speaking.
Okay.
I can say ni hao and few of them, but it's very challenging. I do go classes here and there, but it's not easy. I also do watch films, watch Chinese films.
Okay.
That's my thing. I do love watch Chinese films. I love that.
Okay, if you've just tuned in, we're speaking to serial entrepreneur Eric Francis Manu, and he has a company called EMB Brokerage, which he's told us about, and the services he provides, which are amazing. He's just an amazing man. So just share this with your friends, people on Facebook, YouTube. We're interactive on YouTube also, and also we're on Instagram. We have an Instagram page which is golddiggers_online, so you can follow us there for pictures, updates of our guests, etc. So Eric, you also are a motivational speaker.
Yes, I am.
When did you start getting into that? I mean, what motivated you to motivate others?
See, I came to London 2001. When I came in December, 16th of December, it was very cold. And the aim was that I'm not coming here to do 9 to 5. I'm not coming here just to make the numbers. I'm coming here to inspire myself. And to able to do that, able to inspire the community that I'm in. That involves the water I live in, which I'm part of that.
Yes.
So over the years, I've developed this, able to speak in different platforms, being in the States, US, in Ghana, and also in London. And I learned this from a guy called Tony Robbins, who is a well-known speaker, and I attend his 5 days event, 2008, just after I finished uni. And since then, I never looked back. So I do this on occasional basis. I also get invited to different speaking. So I love talking about these things, and just for me, it just makes who I am, just to give back to the community.
Okay, we're speaking to Eric Francis Manu, as I said before, and we're interactive. It's an interactive show. So if you have any questions you want to ask him, you can type and I can ask him for you. If there's anything you want to know about him, just ask me and I'll ask him. We're online live, so yes, interact with us, please. So who motivates you?
My mom. My mom motivates me. She was my everything, and she's not here right now, unfortunately, but she's motivating me. When I do something bad, I'll hear a voice that, no, my boy, So she's always someone.
She's like your angel,
yes,
basically.
Yes, she motivates me.
Wow. So you said you came here to study.
Yes.
What did you study at university?
I studied computer science,
Okay.
which is not I haven't done before, unfortunately. Yeah.
Did you ever work in IT?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Wow, okay.
I know.
So can you tell me a bit more about your childhood? We've spoken about you now from Ghana, 2001.
Yes.
What was your childhood like as you were growing up? You know?
Normal Ghanaian. I was born in Durban. My mom was a good woman, business woman. My dad was a prison officer.
Okay.
So we travel a lot around Ghana. We've been to the northern part of Ghana, a place called Navorongo. We've been to Boga. Those are watching on live, if you know these places. I've lived in Sunyani for 6 years. Brother region.
Yes.
I've lived in almost every cities in Ghana because my dad type of jobs. And when the time came for me to come to UK, I had the aim of not making up numbers, but to be someone different. So I arrived here 16th December 2001. I still remember the date. Freezing, wearing one shoes, no hats, skinny boy. But this year has made me who I am. Able to say that, do you know what? I didn't come from a rich background. I came from just normal person in the streets.
Yes.
However, education was key to us. My parents were able to make sure that we go to the right school. So that was something that makes me who I am, that able to go through the channel of education system and I was able to continue in UK here.
Okay. So you're also a family man. What's harder, running your family or your firm?
Oh my goodness.
Your family or your firm?
The hardest is the family. I've got 2 kids, boy and a girl. Lewis and Alexis, and I named Lewis I named him after Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
Because they look alike.
Oh wow.
And I love racing, so I said to him,
I
love racing. That's my sports, my passion.
That's okay.
Formula 1. So I named him after Lewis because I've met him before. I said to him that, listen, this boy is going to be after when you die, he's going to be you. And Alexis, she's more like. Not Beyonce, naughty girl. Put that
She's a naughty girl.
Hard work. But she's they're a good kid.
You have a farm. Do you live on the farm?
No, I don't live in a farm. Unfortunately, no. It's freezing this time of day. I've got a small farm in Essex. I love my farm. I like eating organic food, and also I love to teach my children where food comes from. So this farm is able to take them on weekends, and they love going there. They love spending time in the farm. We do grow all sorts of stuff. We do have any vegetable you can think of, corn, anything you can think of.
Okay.
So, and my aim is that I want my children to know that food doesn't come from a shop. Food comes from the ground.
Yes.
That's what I'm teaching them.
So any special diet? Vegan? Vegetarian?
No, I eat anything. Unfortunately, I love any food.
Chinese people eat everything.
Yes.
They eat all kinds of meats. I've heard. Is that true?
That's true.
Cats, dogs,
We eat
snake, everything.
Anything.
Octopus, all that.
I eat anything. I'm not sure I've eaten anything.
I don't know about all that. So you've told us about, your childhood. You've told us about you going into business, and you're pretty much doing everything. But what else do you want to do? I'm sure there's more goals that, you're digging. Goals that the plans you have.
The plan I have
apart from the etiquette.
Yes.
Apart from the etiquette.
What I'm looking for in the next few years is to develop more like establish the Chinese markets. And I want to go back home at some point. Not to live there. More like social enterprise. I love getting educations. So my aim is that in the long term able to have a nursery in Ghana
Okay.
That is my long-term goals, to have a school for girls' education. Because when I got to Ghana, see them on the street, for me, it's not the right way. So at some point, I want to have this in Ghana, and also able to support NGOs. That's my goals. Money is nothing. But the aim is to have something in Ghana. That's what I'm born. That's where I'm Ghanaian. I love that.
Well, it's been lovely speaking to you. We've been talking to Eric Francis Manu, and he's a serial entrepreneur. If you haven't shared this already, please share and like our Facebook page. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe so you can get updates of all the other shows on Omega Live TV. So as we're wrapping up, there'll be someone out there who wants to, you know, embark on something, and maybe they don't know how to go about doing it. Maybe they're feeling some kind of way. I mean, what advice would you give to those watching that want to go into entrepreneurship, you know, that are thinking of maybe leaving their job, or, you know, how did you do it? What's your advice to others?
I tell you what, my advice is simple. If you can take a risk in anything, then you can do anything. I took a risk to do fashion, didn't work out. Took a risk to do things that has not worked out. And if you're able to take a risk in life, there's nothing you can achieve. One of my friends called Solomon, he calls me the risk taker because I love taking risk. And if you're like me, I'm not shy of anything. Not shy of to take any risks or to do anything. And once able to have that mindset that, do you know what, I'm not happy where I am in marriage, relationship, in business, quits, because the world has a lot of opportunities, and the world is big. If UK cannot able to support you, there's other countries. I've got friends that have moved from UK to Canada, taking a risk. So it's, for me, that is my lifestyle. If you can take a risk, you can do anything. If I want to do business, understand what kind of business I want to do. What is my USP? Who is my target customers? You might think that you want to come to Chinese market. It's not easy. I've had a name calling. If you want to go to African market, it's not easy. There's people are doing the same thing. What makes you different? So one is taking a risk and knowing what you're looking for, and having that two aspect. That's for me. That's what makes who you are. You can achieve anything. So one is take a risk if you can. If you're happy in your job and you want to take a risk, then stay there. And also knowing where you want to go. I want to establish the Chinese market. I said to my wife that I want to be #1 concierge industry in China next 10 years. #1 Chinese company that provide for the rich, and that's my aim. So my aim is that whatever I'll do to do this, I'll do it. Taking a risk, I don't mind doing it. So that is what you got to have in mind, that take a risk and then have what you want to do in life.
Okay, yeah, there's a few questions that I forgot to ask you. I want to go back to fashion.
Please.
Because you worked at Burberry, you know, you're fashionista, stuff like that. You mentioned to me that you had an event recently at Christian Dior.
Yes.
So I want you to talk a bit about how you connect with the fashion houses and what's the aim of doing that. Like,
good question. So we do this on a monthly basis. So what happens is that I have this contact with all these retailers in Mayfair, in Bond Street, New Bond Street. So Dion, Chanel, all these companies. And then what happened, they come to us and say, Eric, we've got new products we want to launch. Or they've got new products. So I said, okay, we will do is that we will bring our clients out of maybe 10, 40 people. And then we do afternoon tea and then shopping experience. So each month we do this on different stores. So we do Aspinall of London, we've done Dion, we've done Burberry, we've done Chanel, and I think we've done another company, 2 Italian companies, Di Gosagona. We've done Vinian. Okay. We've done almost about 10 different stores each month. And these companies knows that Eric and his team will bring them the right clients. So this is an afternoon tea, and shopping experience. So come and shop, and then enjoy a British afternoon tea. That's what we do.
Okay. Well, it's been... I don't know what else to ask you because you've literally said everything that I could possibly ask. You've spoken about everything. You've covered everything. So where can we find you on social media? Because that's what it's all about, online. So where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Eric Francis Manu 78. On Twitter, Eric Francis Manu. If you want to know more about me, Google's Eric Francis Manu. You'll find me everywhere.
Okay.
The Chinese community. On Facebook, Eric Francis Manu.
Okay.
And on Chinese websites, you can find me Eric Francis Manu.
Okay.
So type your names and you find me everywhere. LinkedIn, I'm everywhere as well.
Okay. I want to ask you, what is life all about for you?
That is very okay. To enjoy.
I mean,
life.
what? Okay.
that's most to enjoy life.
So you enjoy what you're doing?
I love what I'm doing.
Okay.
I loved it. I enjoy it, and it makes me who I am. And it's each day just a new day for me.
Okay,
So
great.
I loved it and enjoy it.
Great, amazing. So we've been speaking to Eric Francis Manu. I think I've said his name about 100 times during this interview. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's spoken about his life from leaving Ghana, coming to the UK, working in banking and finance, and then, you know, becoming an entrepreneur, leaving all that and serving the Chinese community, which is very, you know, different. I mean, I've never even heard of a Ghanaian man who serves the Chinese community the way this man, you know, is doing. It's just amazing, and he's such a influential and inspiring person, and that's why he's on the show. He's told you where you can find him on all his social media platforms. He's an underdog, but this guy, this guy is someone to know and someone to look out for. He may not be well known to you guys, but he's well known to the rich and the wealthy. He's known to Alexandra Mosso and Lewis Hamilton, Cuppy. I mean, he has the millionaire celebrity friends you wouldn't even believe. So check him out, because he's a very, I think he's an important figure in the Ghanaian community. He's an important person to know in our Ghanaian community. And thank you for watching. Like I said, follow us on YouTube. We're live every Monday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Subscribe. Omega Live TV. Omega Live TV on Facebook. And my name is Miss Newlove. I'm your host for Gold Diggers. Until next week, Monday 8 p.m. Be here.